like dressing like Pikachu and shit.
Pedro, you heard it, everybody. You caught the tail end of that. Pedro was promising on the Waifus and Kaijus launch day that he will dress as Pikachu.
I never said that.
So,
and I will not be held
for that.
I will not be held accountable to that shit. Sorry, but that's not gonna happen, sir.
Okay, well, we'll see, everybody. I'll just kick this bitch off. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Ginge and Pedro Show. I am, of course, your host, Demigosh's #1 fan.
Right. There you go. Nice.
Alongside me, the ever, I don't know.
Yeah, the ever, I guess, Pedro Ang. Yeah. You can say that.
For a P word. The ever problematic, the ever pickled, the ever...
I like, ever pickled. Yeah, spicy. Like,
I'm not a pickle guy.
No, you don't know the pickles?
No, I don't know why.
Okay. I mean, you fit the profile. Like, I see you, and I said, like, this guy is, like, heavy into pickles. You know?
Hell no, dog. I hate pickles. And here's another thing I hate about pickles. I hate about the juice. Because, all right, you order a cheeseburger, and it comes with pickles on. You're like, all right, fuck, here's the problem. You don't like pickles, you take them off. Great. The juice soaks the bun.
Exactly.
Yeah. It makes the bun soggy. So it not only does it ruin the everything, it also fucks with the structural integrity of the bun.
There you go. So you want firm buns. That's commendable.
I do.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know about you. I don't know how you Panamanians do it, my friend, but
I'll
put my buns on the grill. I'll toast them up.
Oh, yeah, we do that too. We're not complete animals down here. We do toaster buns on the grill.
Glad to hear it. Good to know. Anyways, so we want to thank everybody that's out there in La La Land for popping in. I see we got 4 viewers, so God bless.
Awesome.
Been saying that today. Hey-o, Pop says, not at home. Have a great show, guys.
Yeah, Pop said, not today, Satan, and I respect that.
He heard you were coming back, and he said, I got to get.
Yeah. It's like,
Panama's on fire. Panama.
Yeah, Panama's on fire. Oh, dude, like, it's exciting. It's scary. There's a lot of we're on 20 days of like complete country lockdown countrywide, and some things are starting to like there's scarcity and stuff.
Well, how about this?
Stuff.
Let me get the guest in because I actually there's that shooting of that. I think we could talk about that with our guest.
Oh, you want to?
Out the large. Yeah, we'll have some fun, buddy, and then we'll.
Okay. So,
this is, I think, Davy's 3rd time on the show. So, Bob says, good to see you back. Pay and drop. There we go.
Pay drop.
Yeah. Okay. So, we got, like I said, I believe this is his 3rd time back on the show. In fact, I know it is. I looked previously. And I've got in hand here a lovely copy of his book. And we'll be discussing that and more. You know him, you love him. PUM-SPAK, a.k.a. Davy Otterby. Hey, bro.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, not much. How you guys doing?
Oh, good, doing great, man. Doing great.
Well, I think this chat can only get better. You start pickles and toast, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you at?
This is anti-pickle. This is anti-pickle. This heathen over here.
That's me.
I got pickled Pedro and mayonnaise Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like mayonnaise either, but that's okay.
You don't like mayonnaise?
No. Here's the thing.
I mean, mayo has its moments.
Oh, it's my favorite ingredient.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do mayo and everything, but mayo has like highlights where it's really good.
Yeah, if you sneak it on something, and that's fine. If I don't know it, it's fine. But maybe it's a Southern thing. But I grew up in a world where people just take fucking bow, globs of mayonnaise and just go, pip smacking poor ham sandwiches, just trying to exist.
Oh no, I don't like mayo and ham.
That sounds really good. I think the more, you know what they say up here: the more mayo, the merrier.
The merrier,
wonderful.
The mayor.
Put that on your tombstone. What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
Hey, Mama.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man?
Davy T like mayo. God
nice.
May he rest in
Good
peace.
to the last drop, I guess.
So okay, Pops is dropping the mic here, saying Miracle Whip is like the best mayo.
No, I'm not a Miracle Whip guy, dude. You know, maybe on tuna. You know, but I'm a Hellman's. I like the Hellman's. They got the
Hellman's.
They got the organic. They got the organic mayo now made with avocado oil. You know, so I'm kind of a mayo. I'm kind of a mayo connoisseur. We could talk about this for an hour if you guys want to, man.
We're getting the tribes here, like Miracle Whip.
Actually,
well, hey, I mean, some people put like butter in their cookies. You know, you go Crisco, 100% Crisco all day, baby.
No, it's interesting. We're talking about sauces, David, because I saw that you posted a picture of the new McDonald's sauce.
Yeah, McDonald's has a new sauce out called the Mambo sauce. They've also got the sweet and spicy jam, which to me just tastes like their jelly that you get with the pancakes with maybe some crushed red pepper in it. But hey, Mark, I gotta tell you, and Pedro, if it's within arm's reach, that Mambo sauce, ladies and gentlemen, it's worth checking out. It's got the same consistency as kind of like maybe their sweet and sour or the you know, something like that, but it's got a nice little kick, nice flavor, boys.
Here's the thing: I've actually had the spicy jam. I've been jamming on that lately. I haven't had the Mumbo sauce. I couldn't make heads or tails of it, and I was like,
"Oh, dude, I'll get it."
I ain't gonna try something called Mumbo sauce unless I get.
No, it's better. It's better. But hey, I'll put money down that you like it more than the sweet and spicy jam.
Here's the thing. Here's what I noticed about the sweet and spicy jam. Because while I don't like traditional sauces except ketchup, here's the thing. Popeyes has this sweet heat sauce that is like you can really it tastes a little bit like Crystals, but not really, and you can't really find a competitor to it. But here's what I like to do. All right, I like to take different sauces. Like I'll take Polynesian sauce. Pedro left. I guess we killed him on the sauce.
I think he went to go get some. I think he headed to McDonald's to get some of that Mambo.
Ooh, all right,
I don't know what it is.
Say no more. But here's the thing: the sweet and that sweet and sour jam actually kind of tastes, in my opinion, like because I would take Popeye's sweet heat and I would take McDonald's sweet and sour and I would mix them up and you get like a sweet and sour kick, right? It's a heat. It's really good, but that's pretty much tastes exactly. It's a little bit more, got a little bit more vinegar in it, the McDonald's sweet jam thing. But as far as flavor goes, it tastes pretty much exactly like sweet heat sauce from Popeyes. So that's why I loved it.
Hey, well, you got to share your recipes, your hot sauce mixing recipes from the fast food chains after this, if you can.
Oh, dude,
it's interesting though because I make burgers a lot at the house, and
stop.
I was experimenting for a while, right? And here's Pedro. I see you down there making a face. You just hold on a second. Let me get
anything.
Let me talk. Let me cook, bro. Let me cook. No. Here's the thing. I would take Polynesian sauce, right? Chick-fil-A's Polynesian sauce. It's their version of sweet and sour. It's not really sour. It's more like an island sweet, which is why I guess it's named Polynesian. But I would take that and mix it in with the raw meat, right, before making my burger, and cook it like that. And dude, you just want a little slice of pineapple on top and a little like one of those little Hawaiian umbrellas.
Even though it's tempting, don't lick your fingers. You don't want to get
salmonella. Yeah.
Boy.
No.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, anyways, we got J-Bot here. He says, bruh, a grilled cheese with a crispy dill pickle, one of the best lunches ever.
See, this guy is a man of the world.
My man.
A debonair of sorts.
Okay, guys. Well, all right. And finally, Pop says, the more they change it, the less it is mayo. All right.
Yeah, we're getting tribes here. I like it.
Okay. Well, that was interesting, guys. What was the other thing we were talking about? What was it? Fast food sauces and
fast food sauces.
Man,
I don't know, man. I'm planting chilies now.
You planting chilies?
Yeah, I got habanero. I got it's called yellow mushrooms. That's from Jamaica. And I got three Indian chilies I can't pronounce. Like I just planted them, so I'm gonna start making my own hot sauce.
Nice.
I mean, I have the color. I have the color profile to do it.
Yeah.
So just gonna jump head on into that.
Yeah.
Pedro Schofield, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I like it. We got Shadow.
That's a great ring to it.
Yeah,
What's up, Shadow?
Hey, Baba. It says, "Hail, lads," with a drink.
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah.
So, guys, I saw just real quick. We'll just bullshit a little bit, and then of course, Davey will talk. But
Yeah.
And so I saw for the first time the other day, and don't laugh. You can laugh, but I saw for the first time The Devil Wears Prada. You guys see
Oh,
that
good movie. That's a good flick, dude.
It is a good movie, and I may be mistaken, but here's what I sort of hit me. I want to say gleamed, but I don't want to sound too pretentious. But here's what I thought maybe halfway through the movie. About 2 weeks prior, I had watched a YouTube video in the background that was covering the 12 trials of Hercules, I think it is. I know it's like 10, but really he has to do 12. Anyways, throughout that, like halfway through that movie, it kind of hit me, and I may be wrong here, but I thought we'd maybe start off with a bit of conversation. I think that movie I think The Devil Wears Prada is like a sort of fashion magazine, but however you want to call that setup. I think it's a version of the 12 Trials of Hercules in a lot of ways. Like Anne Hathaway's character would play the Hercules, right? Where she gets a job working for Meryl Streep at this the big to-do fashion magazine, right? And as her assistant, and she has to go through. It's not necessarily a specific series of trials, but it's like it's almost a series of trials, right? It's like she just keeps having to go through bullshit working for this lady, and rising to the top, in her respect and over the other assistants and this and that. Like I said, it's not an exact one for one, and maybe this is the most interesting topic compared to fast food, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's not an interesting topic, and it's definitely worse than fast food. That's mine.
Yeah,
right.
I think I'm questioning your manhood. I'm questioning your manhood now. But
no, dude, I don't remember. It reminds. There's so many movies like that, Mark. I don't remember, but it's just like the person that gets overlooked, and they do a good job in that one. But it's like there's so many. It's like James Campbell, Power of Myth type. But dude, I'm sure you. Yeah, I'm sure you're 100% right. We should do a stream, dude. We should watch that, followed by Legally Blonde, and then
Legally Blonde, and
Legally Blonde. That's the thing. It's a great fucking movie.
And Death Becomes Her. We should see that one too. Why not? Just
what is it?
A night of chick flicks. Death Becomes Her.
No, I haven't seen that. No. Mamma Mia.
Goldie Hawn,
and Meryl Streep.
Is John Hurt in that?
No, it's Goldie Hawn, Meryl Streep, and Bruce Willis. I think it was.
Well, I do. I could tell halfway through that explanation I was in trouble, but I was already.
Yeah, you were.
Halfway
you were. So the question is, did you see it did you watch the movie in a bathtub, having some champagne and strawberries?
No, it was. No, I mean, I
watched a little washcloth. Oh, okay.
You installed a camera in my house.
Man, a bubble bath. I mean, it's been a hot minute, but sure, why not? Throw on some, I don't know, Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't have a bathtub, boys. That's how unemployed monsters are living. Segue.
Yeah, segue. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
let's
let's talk about it, buddy. So, how are you feeling now that the book's out? How's the response been? What are your thoughts on issue 2? How are we doing? You can pick one of those to answer, and we'll go on.
Man, I'm really excited to do issue 2. As far as the response, I haven't talked to that many people. I'm extremely thankful. I had about 80 backers. And I'm so thankful for that. And the campaign is still open if anybody wants to check it out. I feel like Mark and Pedro, I feel like I'm failing on the marketing and advertising side and trying to push it. Those aren't skills that I really have, and I realize that those are skills that I need to develop. But I thrive much more on the creative side, and just getting the book out, I just felt like it was a big hurdle for me, not talking about anything else, but there's other people who haven't got their stuff out yet. So I'm not trying to compare, the size of my book to anybody else's type thing, but I'm so happy to have the book out.
Exactly.
On the table.
I mean, you don't want to compare sizes, but if you're already at the urinal, like you just have a pick to the side, you know.
Yeah, but and it's Mark. Let me know what you think, but I think it kind of has that animation style, but I think it's actually it's and look to it. So I think looking at it, you're like, oh, this is going to be like a cartoon, and I'm just going to go through this really quick. It's a 56-page book, or excuse me, not counting the cover. It's a 52-page book with not much really, fluff. So I think it's kind of meatier than you expect it to be, and I wonder what you think on that. Maybe you did just flip through it, but I do leave you on a cliffhanger, and I don't know if he hit all the proper beats. But I'm a first-time comic creator, and I want to hear from the fans, from people who read it. But I've heard from I've had some people reach out who backed it, but they're from my school, and a family member. But they actually, it wasn't just oh, it was good. They actually went out of their way to say hey, my kid really dug it, and we're looking forward to part 2, and stuff like that. So that was that was nice.
That's cool. That's cool because family reviews are the worst. Oh, nice! I'm so proud of you. Did you read it? No.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think any. I think my mom might have read it or flipped through it. I don't think either of my brothers have. I'm not sure. Dude, they got families and stuff.
Yeah.
But also too, they for me, I'm they don't understand how, or anybody. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to me or the stuff that we put out there. Where I'm like, this is. I want this to be part of CG, and we're gonna be a collective, and we're gonna topple Disney together. And so it's Vincent's going, oh, dude, Then I'm like, I made a comic book and nobody freaking saw it. I'm gonna make another one, and no one's gonna see that. What am I doing? I should just throw in the freaking towel. But it's so, I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. But I love comics. But I'm trying to. I grew up. I'm a big superhero guy. I still read a lot of the. Well, I don't actually read it. I get free ones because someone I know works at Warner Brothers. But I love comic books and sequential art. So even though we're trying to do interesting panel structure and lead the eye and do all of that stuff properly, and
Well, awesome, absolutely, bro. And no, I definitely, the cliffhanger worked, and I did read it right before the show, and definitely could pull the animation. That was some of the questions I wanted to ask, but I think one of my favorite, and this Professor Frequency, right? That's his name.
Oh no, Frequency Jones.
Oh, I'm sorry, Professor Frequency. Jesus, Frequency Jones. His voice, the way you did his character throughout the book, to me, he's the one whose voice. I don't know an actor specifically, but I can hear a voice in my head very clearly.
All right.
Yeah, and if I can, real quick, I'd like to just show the panel real quick. It's just one scene, but it's like a classic animation cut.
Yeah,
maybe you'll let me. So
that's a play on. You've heard of Quincy Jones, the producer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So his name is Frequency Jones.
Yeah, nice. This right here was perfect, classic animation. Hey boss, it's your boss.
Yeah,
look alive, everyone.
Nice.
Yeah. No, so let's play the trailer here, and we'll go over the campaign, and then I'll ask some more questions. We do have a couple questions for you in the chat here. One, do we call you PUM or Mr. SPAK?
Mr. SPAK is fine, but hey, Shadowhawk, I think we know each other well enough. I feel like you can call me PUM if you want.
There we go, Mr. Alrighty, so we got, it's Boosie. He says it looks interesting. It's Boosie, baby, right? For any rap fans out there, any Boosie fans out there? That's
I learned what a Boosie was. And then it's not spelled like that.
That's a bussy. Yeah. That's a bussy.
Bussy. Yeah, a bussy.
You'll see one of these days, Pedro.
No, I don't. I will not. I refuse.
Lil Boosie and a Lil Bussy are two entirely different things. Right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Anyways, let's hit this trailer real quick.
Yeah.
Come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book. Flip the pages to an awesome story about 3 kids rockin' rolling on the street. Get in the garage and practice till you name something that's go against the evil people. People with holes in their heads and cheesy music on the radio. Put posters on the walls, rip them down so they can fall. We made this music by ourselves. Nobody even helped. I hope the bad guys end up straight in jail somehow. You'll have to read the comic book to find out.
Very nice, bro.
Nice.
That really does work. Very nice.
So Shadowhawk is asking for the link.
Absolutely. Let me drop that right here.
You're still in demand on Indiegogo?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never took it down. I just left it up. I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome.
There we go. There
Cool.
we
Hey,
are.
thank
For
you so
anybody
much
else
for
interested.
thank you so much for playing that, man. And I gotta say, different people helped me out with that. Dying Days of Twitter. I don't know what the
Dying Days of YouTube, or
I don't know. I don't know what his name is.
Or Red Gaze. Was it Red Gaze?
Brett Hayden.
Yeah.
Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me with a lot of the animation. Jake, who did a lot of the art, edited that. And then, of course, Giada, my friend from New Jersey. She's this little rocker who's got her own like YouTube channel and stuff like that. And I reached out to her to see if she'd be interested in helping me make a song. And she jumped at the opportunity. And she was 9 years old when she recorded that. And and I didn't give her really any input except Ramones type thing. And
Nice.
Very nice.
the first take was amazing and called it a day.
I love it, dude. Yeah, very charming, very just perfect intro tune. Love the ending too, but you'll have to read the comic book to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, so could you give us a pitch on the story, and we'll go through the campaign, and then we'll sort of talk a little more in depth about it.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. It's been a minute, but I think my elevator pitch on the for this one is 3 kids just want to make music and have fun. Why would bad guys have a problem with that? And I guess that's just a tagline, but it's essentially 3 kids who just kind of want to. They go to school and probably watch cartoons and play video games, but at the end of the day, they're trying to be in like a little band together. Like I had high school friends who were in a band, so it's kind of reminiscent of that. But they're just trying to kind of do their own thing, and it's not necessarily like they're trying to be a rock band that's going to take over the world. They're just trying to practice and make some songs, but it's something about their creativity kind of goes against the corporate nature that they live in. There's an evil factory in this town that already manufactures music. They've created a band, a rock band called Glimo.
Mm-hmm.
And this factory is just kind of like, no matter who's making art around here, we need to squash it. Whether you're just like singing an acoustic song or you're trying to do something, or if it's actual competition. So these kids are going to find out, unbeknownst to them, that forces around them are already trying to stifle them before they even have a chance to create anything.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And Frequency Jones over here, he's and then I don't recall, did we get his name, this shadowy type character? I mean, am I allowed to say?
You can say and spoil or anything you want, man. I think let's I read his I think that's Shadow Boss.
He's the sort of the background villain of the whole book, really. He's in charge. If I'm correct.
You see him a little bit in this, it's kind of, even just there, you're like, what's going on? Like, is he in this dimension or not? He's on the other side of that like electric fence. But at some point we see in his like office, he has that meeting and he calls Frequency Jones in at one point to check out the status. So this factory is making a new weapon called the Bop Gun, or it might be the Pop Gun. I can't remember. I think it's the Bop Gun. But essentially, if you shoot a bad musician with the Pop Gun, it kind of allows them to play like really catchy music. So this gun is made out of like CDs and stuff like that. So Frequency Jones is kind of like, I don't know, maybe you're like Dr. Mindbender or Tarantulas from Beast Wars. He's like your tinkerer.
Yeah.
You know, Destro, almost like Destro too, where he's like, you know, he's like second in command, but he thinks he's the leader, you know, because he's the one doing a lot of stuff. But he's working on this weapon, and we are soon to find out the effects of what happens when you listen to somebody who's been shot by the pop gun.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's essentially where the first book ends. Right, they're at. They're not at the. Are they at the Gleemo concert or?
Yeah, they're at the Gleemo concert.
Right.
CJ decided to stay home, and and Ula's little friend Stinko Base decided to tag along with the other two main characters. So the main characters, it's CJ, this little like demon-looking kid, Clive, who's kind of like the gray guy with the pink spiky hair.
Dude.
And then that little dude's name, it's Whammo. It's supposed to be Whammo, but it's like WHAM, and then it's EAUX. Like he's like
right.
French, so it's like Whammo.
All right.
But it's just supposed to be like Whammo. Like he's like the little crazy guy, and it's also kind of like homage to Lady Blammo from World of Warcraft. So Blammo.
Yeah.
Blammo. So it's just kind of just putting a dumb little spelling on it. But I have no idea if that reads or not. Someone's like, "Who's Wahamex?" I'm like, "Ah, shit."
Wahamex.
Yeah, I figured it was Whammo, but just because I was thinking like the French Canadian spelling, that's where my brain goes to when I see that the EUX or whatever. But
yeah,
I did have a question, and this was sort of one of the reasons back about a month or so ago, whenever I initially contacted you. I wanted to sort of talk about I guess it's more your style of writing, but sort of how do you come up with the stuff that you do? I know that sounds like a silly question. How do you do? But it's like
what you do, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like as an animator type writer, you know what I mean, with a certain flavor. It's like, when do you write a panel first? Like, how's your approach to scripting? When you see the things in your head, do you see all of this stuff? Like, how much is relying on your art director? You know, I'm just curious how it is your brain works, buddy. You're an interesting guy. I want to know.
Yeah, we know. I think I have multiple writing styles, and I've always thought kind of like I'm one of the guys, like, you know, we talk about comics are a visual medium. I hate to say it, no disrespect to any writers, and I'm learning my own lessons very quickly, but I was kind of one of these people who thought like writing was kind of easy, you know, like, oh, you know, and sometimes just being on certain shows, I was like, maybe, I think very jealous of the writers because I was in maybe a lower tier position or whatever, but I'm like, this, whatever, like, it would just be like, oh, like a bunch of Roman soldiers come jumping out of the water, you know, I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Like, you could just think of anything and put it on a page, and that, you know, deems you as a writer, you know. But I understand there's like way more to it than that, and craft and understanding. So initially, when I started wanting to do my own stuff, I thought that it was just easy and I could do it. So a lot of this stuff, it was just kind of like I was just drawing it. I wanted to draw first, so I was just kind of like not really writing, and I'm doing more. I'm trying to write now and do kind of more traditional scripts, and I have something I'm working on now. I'm excited to tell you guys about, but excuse me. It started out where I think I was just drawing the page. I was like draw the characters in a room, and I'd be like, let's go outside, and I would draw the next panel of them being outside, and I'm like, okay, well, what do they do next? And I'm like, how do I make this interesting? You know, so I was I wasn't writing it. I was literally drawing all the sequences out.
Okay.
And then, you know, because I could just for this I could just see the world. I could see everything I wanted them to do. It was just a matter of getting them there. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It reminded me when I started with my book, I did 8 pages without a script, and that made it into the making of the book. I mean, it made sense in my head, but when you see the pages, it's like, dude, what is this?
Yeah,
what is this, like, word vomit?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so I have a couple new projects I'm working on, and what I really want to do is, I feel that when I kind of draw it and do the layouts, that I inhibit what the artists could potentially do.
Gotcha.
I don't necessarily want him to redraw my stuff word for word. I almost want, you know what I mean? And after this, and with our second project together, I kind of, for Unemployed Monsters #2, I really drew again a lot of it out, but I'm saying, hey, like use, do this, do that. And, I think it could be a little even a little tighter, maybe edited better. But for this one, I just kind of want to just play and let a lot of these moments breathe and have life. Like I had this gag in this second issue that it's almost not even worth doing the gag in my opinion. So in high school when you had to get like you're like, oh, or not even high school, grade school, whatever, like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? And you're like, okay, yeah, but here you have to take like the hall pass with you.
Oh, the hall pass, yeah.
This whole concept of a hall, I always thought it was just so weird and so funny, like this hall pass. Oh, where's the hall pass? Gotta get back hall pass. So in this world, there's still the hall pass, but it's not a piece of like wood block or what, a piece of paper, whatever it was. It's a fish.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a fish. When you take it out of the water, it only has like 5 minutes to live, and you need to get it to the. You need to get it to the next classroom and throw it in the water. If you're going to the nurse's office or whatever it is, so it's like. But I think they'll be like again. They'll just be like. You'll just like notice it like dead fish in the buckets, like here and there in some rooms, like because as a kid you don't care, but the fish is gonna be like, dude, but he's gonna be like annoying, like, dude, get me to the thing, like, dude, get off of me. He's like, but I need to, But it's kind of like a dumb gag because at one point the kid's like, oh, like he's in class and there's bad stuff is going on because of what happened at the concert the night before, if you can imagine. Because CJ didn't go to the concert, Mark. I don't know. He stayed home and all his friends went. So he's at school the next day. So he's like trying to get out of class. And the teacher's like, just get a hall pass and go. So I'm like, but the point is, one, is the gag worth doing? Two, I could probably do it quicker, but it's like a 2 or 3 page thing. I'm just like really want to just have a moment with it and kind of, and play. So. Yeah,
but the question is, do you really need to draw a fish? Because that should answer everything. Like if you want to draw the fish, do it.
Yes, we need to draw. It's like a hull. It's like a tadpole. It's like a hull pass tadpole.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because the thing's like, we did use hull passes down here, but it was a block of wood.
Yeah, well, ours is a block of wood too, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is, like a friend of mine in wood shop class, he forged his own hull pass.
Sick.
Yeah, dude. So,
well, I remember I'd go into the bathroom and like leave it in there by accident. I'm like, where's the hall pass?
Nice.
Like,
where's the hall pass? Like,
I don't know.
I flushed it.
I guess I gotta go back and look for it.
Yeah.
Have you seen Summer School? Summer School with Mark Harmon?
Yeah.
Remember the guy in the beginning? I was talking about this last night the guy in the beginning of Summer School. He's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And he takes the pass and he comes back at the way end. Like,
at the end of the movie.
Like, where have you been? He's like, "Oh, I was in the bathroom."
This is the bathroom, man.
No, I think you nailed it though in terms of that gag. Like that's like it feels funny, feels like it fits perfectly with the book, and also just the actual first page of the book here. This is one of the things that sort of prompted that question was just the actual setup of this page, all the background gags, the toilet playing the record, right, the dog. So
So that guy, so that's essentially the crypt keeper of EC Comics pretty much, but he's my crypt keeper of the world. And I think I'm maybe trying to do too much. It doesn't come off because there's actually like, I wanted to do this thing. You see him for a moment. There's a character called the Bookworm, and he just kind of shows up. He was supposed to kind of like seep out the pages here and there, but on page like 3 or 4, he's like, "Hi, my name's Bookworm, and I'm going to be narrating the comic."
Yeah.
So that's the Bookworm. But then like the Crypt Keeper is like, "Hey, if you see the Bookworm, like kill it." Like
nice.
So they're aware of each other and kind of, but they're like outside of the story. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
a fun gag. I like it, buddy. There's a lot of, for fans of American animation, this is pretty much right up.
And not only that, like I like that it has like a mad magazine element to it, because there's like elements out of the story that are pretty entertaining too. So it's that kind of thing, like looking at the little drawings on the side of Mad Magazine, remember, on the side of the pages.
Yeah, all that
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so that bookworm Crypt Keeper dynamic, like I don't know, it takes me back to that. Like it's like an entertaining point that it's not really pertaining to the story. It's just like two guys fighting over who's gonna narrate it. So yeah, it's very creative, man. Like the opportunities to go back to this book over and over again, I see it there. And the fact that every page is filled with little things that will, like, maybe you missed. If you read it again, you'll catch it. So
yeah, I hope so. There's a lot of weird little details. I was a big fan of Richard Scarry growing up, than the children's book that he did. And what's funny is I didn't realize that until like the book was kind of done. I was like, oh, this looks like Richard Scarry, but it was all like, it's like I didn't realize what my influences were until I was able to kind of pull back and see it. I was like, huh, all right, like, well, like that's heavily influenced by Richard Scarry if you take a look at it. But,
so,
I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to ask. I don't know if you've seen. I haven't seen the show. I just recently came across the. I guess it's the creator of the show, but it ended up getting canceled. Final Space. It's not a Star Trek show.
Oh yeah, I know Final Space is good. Yeah, so my friend, the art director of seasons 1 and 2 or whatever, at least did that cover that you're holding.
Yeah, I've kind of thought there might have been some similarities because I saw that today. I saw because I think the creator's he's doing a comic book version of Final Space right now, trying to keep the property alive. So I was just wondering if you guys had talked or.
I don't know. I don't know the creator at all, but I'm friends with, like, I don't know if he's on I don't know that he was on the later season or whatever, and I know for a fact he was the art director on season 1. I believe maybe he was on season 2. I'm not sure, but Devin Roth, he goes by Devo, but he's credited in this. He's credited in this book as doing cover B. But the main just like character designer, art director at Final Space did this cover.
Yeah, man, right on, bro.
Yeah, I like Final Space. That was good.
Yeah, I hope good things for that guy then.
Yeah, at first I was thinking, when you said Final Space, at first I was thinking Symbionic Titan. If you've never seen that,
oh, dude, that's awesome.
That's like my favorite cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, there's an episode that's very iffy. The twerking episode. Yeah, the twerking episode.
I remember. I love that one. I love that episode.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but I was like, dude, these guys are teenagers. This is not appropriate. Like, I don't know. Like, it felt weird. But I really enjoyed the whole like season. It was awesome, man.
Yeah, I thought it was great, dude. The redhead and she's twerking in front of the robot, and he's like,
yeah.
He's like,
oh, I don't understand what you're doing.
That was awesome.
Let's study. Yeah.
I mean, that show, and like the girl, I think she had like a different outfit every episode.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like it was a very expensive show, though. Like,
well, Mark, there's an episode that's kind of like peak Fast and Furious. There's this like Tokyo drift race while like these two kaiju are fighting, and they're like smashing the highway, and the highway's breaking in pieces, and the cars are going off on the different like.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Fragments.
Dandy went all out on that show, man.
And it only got like 1 season. Oh shit! Only got like 1 season. It's like
Symbiotic Titan. You call it
Symbiotic
Titan. Yeah.
I've never heard of it. So,
yeah, it was during the reign of Ben 10, so I don't know. Like, the biggest story I heard is that, yeah, like we want to invest more in Ben 10, and making toys for Bionic Titan is going to be very expensive. That's the BS story I heard. That's what I heard, that the toys didn't sell, and it had a female lead, like basically like a female lead for the most part, and but I thought that show was great. It probably, I mean, I'm sure it cost a lot, but dude, so to Mark, so they Mark each character, so they like came from this planet. They look like Earthlings, and they came to this planet. This princess like escapes, and so these evil guys that are coming to Earth trying to get them or whatever. But
each character, there's a dude, a girl, and a robot, and each one of them has like a ring or something. So each one of them on their own can like turn into this like awesome warrior, but then the three of them can all join together like Voltron and become the
symbiotic Titan. Yeah,
the Titan.
Oh, dude, and the monkey general, man. That antagonist was chef's kiss. Like that monkey helmet general guy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah, he kind of had a helmet like Mojo Dojo or whatever his name.
Yeah, Mojo Dojo. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was an awesome show.
Anyway, dude. Yeah, that was good. Anyway.
Okay, you know, I've never seen it, but it sounds like man,
it's
better than The Devil Wears Prada. I can tell you.
So Mark, and Mark, you don't have to tell me whatever you think, but my goal was trying to do, you know, at one point when I say all ages, you know, my comics all ages. I think a lot of people hear kiddie or for kids, and that was like never my intent. My intent, I'm trying to do something like Back to the Future, where we're not trying to like pander or just kind of like, you know, not really go for it, but I'm trying to write a story for us. I hope that you find this story and the characters compelling and interesting, but I really think you could give it to a 5-year-old kid and not have to worry about any weird content where they might not get it, but they could flip through the book and as a parent, you don't have to worry about anything. But
I'd completely agree with that, and that's kind of one of the good things about animation styling, like, you know, something that you can give to a kid, but, you know, parents can also enjoy. I mean, this is a great book, bro. The actual basic storyline, as far as following the kids' ambition to, you know, start a band. I was in bands in high school, so I mean, that was up my alley too. So, I would. It doesn't have an edge. I don't think there's any curse words, and there's lots of fun visual gags. So yeah.
Yeah, I think at one point someone says like this sucks, you know, and I think that's like the
like this stinks. That's in there a lot, but you know.
Whoa!
Look out! But it's still
talk.
No, but I still don't feel like that makes it lame. I think I still feel like it. I could be wrong, but I still feel like it's like a cool book. But
no, yeah. And I say this stinks, and you know, even though I'm an adult and I curse a lot, like my girlfriend, you know, I guess it is because of my old lady, right? You know, the old ball and chain there. You know, if I get to cursing too much, you get the look, and it's like, all right. So yeah, I have tried to curb some of that over the years, and I've come to enjoy words like freaking and that stinks, right?
That stinks and Fraggle Knuckle.
No. Not that one.
You don't use Fraggle Knuckle? No?
Mm-mm. Never heard of it.
How about Fraggle Flabbergasted? Have you ever been Flabbergasted?
That sounds like Mutsy from Animal Racers or whatever it was.
Yeah. I've been flabbergasted. So real quick, we got Neostar. We got Neostar up in the house. Up in the hizzle.
What's up, Neostar?
How's everyone doing? Doing good. This was in reference to the fish gag, which is to me very funny. And all right, I love that kind of shit. There's I don't, you say what you like about the show, because it did get very not to use the word fishy per se, but it did get like very left, but there's still a lot of goodness to the show, in my opinion. The Owl House.
Oh, the Owl House?
Yeah, there's a lot of good story there, but yes, it did get very left, and I
haven't seen that one.
Not defending that element, but what I did like, it's from the, it's just the creator is one of the like part of the Gravity Falls crew, and like they all go back to like Flapjack era, like just branching off from Adventure Time. But point being is there's a gag in that where they're at like a Hogwarts type school, and the way the bell rings is they just have these crazy clocks, and like the first time you see it just cuts to this bell ringing, and the way it rings, it's just this screaming mouth, and it's like, like the first time you see it comes out of nowhere, and it was like 3 episodes in, but that was actually the gag that actually hooked me on the show. It got a real laugh. I was like, all right, God damn it, you made me laugh. So I like that kind of silliness like that.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, so this one, like I still don't really even have a title for this book because I don't know what I'm doing. So because like Unemployed Monsters Presents is kind of, it's like my world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know if you saw it, and I'll share it later, or but I posted on Instagram today. I'm doing a backup story in issue 2 called Rude Boy Hip Hop. That's this. It's about basically this like if Boba Fett was an artist, it's like this like renegade dude who goes out in town and does his art. Like he'll like break, and it sounds like Airheads. It's like he breaks into radio stations and like turns off their music and uploads his stuff, and it's like everybody like wakes up for a moment. Like everyone who's been listening to the radio is now kind of like unplugged. They're like, whoa, like what? And then like they're like, what is this? So he's like being like chased by like he's constantly being hunted down by like evil record execs and like 2 evil DJs, like these like skeleton DJs and
nice.
yeah, I'm really excited for that one. So that one's that little backup's almost done, and that's going to be like Unemployed Monsters Presents Rude Boy Hip Hop.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so that's going to kind of be that's always going to kind of be my thing. I think it's always going to be like Unemployed Monsters Presents whatever project I'm working on, and it's all going to be in this world. So like these kids live in the city. So like Rude Boy Hip Hop, like he lives on like the buildings on top of the buildings, and then I've got this other really cool story. I'm kind of scared. I don't know. It's not like anybody's listening. I'm like, I'm sorry, my bad. But it's like like I'm like,
hey,
nobody's
out there.
No, but I'm like, no, like I meant like some freaking
I know
exec that's gonna like steal it. But I've got I filed for a copyright already. I've got this really, really exciting project called Murderweed, and it's about these like 3 gals who live in the city. And say it's like Stranger Things meets Cheech and Chong.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's like pretty dark. And this one's more like all ages, where that's going to be more like 16, 17 plus.
Yeah.
I do want to cover some like darker themes and maybe show like, you know,
young adult
drug use and stuff like that, and the dangers of that kind of stuff, where it's fun, but also like the, you know, the addiction, you know, all that, but in a fun way.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about the devil's lettuce. You get it. And just
are you going with like a horror style artist, or is it a horror book per se?
It looks similar. It looks similar to this. You guys are gonna love the designs. I could share them with you really quick through Twitter if you want to maybe pull them up.
Oh yeah, bro, absolutely. Got the scoop here.
X for the cool kids.
Yeah, I still haven't migrated over to calling it.
I just forget.
Sort of.
So I just sent you one, Mark. I just sent you one image. If you want to, you feel free to share that. That's from the upcoming Rude Boy Hip Hop. If you're able to share that.
Oh yeah, pulling it up right here. I'm so bad with this element of streaming.
Get it together.
All right, so we'll just boom, maybe. All right, here we go. Nice. Rude Boy Hip Hop. It kind of, the font style reminds me a little bit of Schoolhouse Rock a little bit.
It looks dude, as you were saying that, I'm like, dude, it looks exactly like Schoolhouse Rock. Like I'm like, it reminds me of that cartoon. Like I'm just a Bill thing or whatever.
Yeah, that's all I know from that. We didn't really get deep into Schoolhouse. Hey-o, here we go. Nice, bro.
Dude, nice.
So I'm really looking forward to this. But so Mark, this one I'm trying to write a proper script. So where the other one I was kind of like, oh, I can just see it, and these are my guys, and I'm just gonna have them do whatever. This one I'm really trying to do a proper script, and I'm on like a 3rd draft right now. I just need to kind of, I really just feel like I have the ending and a lot of the beginning. It's just some of that like middle part, you know, I need to just kind of make, you know, tighten it up and stuff like that. But I feel like it's ready. It's really close to be able to hand off to my guy Jake and see what he does without any kind of influence. But this is one where I'm trying to, you know, look at like some just basic writing stuff. Are we doing an external conflict? Or are we doing an internal conflict? Are we doing both? You know, how far were we getting from home? Are we trying to bring them back to home? Is anybody, you know, how, you know, a lot of that. And as I keep getting deeper and deeper, I'm like, oh shoot, well, who's the shop owner? What does he do after work? And what is, you know, what's his, so I'm having a lot of fun just kind of writing my first really in-depth script and trying to develop that writing craft more than just like.
I'll say for me as a writer, one of the moments that I realized that I was doing it correctly, right? And it was like one of the most exciting elements of writing when it still happens from time to time. It's like I was writing my first script, which kind of got away from me. So I was like, okay, I need to put this on hold so I can do shorter stuff, which is where Spells and Superheroes came from next. But this script was kind of like the way it was described. I got like 60 pages in and I handed it off to some friends. The way it was described, I'm quite proud of. It was described as Evil Dead meets Pixar. And it was kind of like an adult animated, I'd have to say, only because there's like, you know, there's a serial killer in town, but there's nothing sexual about it. It's just, you know, there's like violence that probably would have to get R-rated. But point being, it's like when one of the sort of moments that clicked for me writing the script, and it's like, so we were first meeting the first detective, right? And he kind of like, it was coming to deliver the bad news about finding, you know, somebody's loved one, right? So he was coming to tell him that. And the car rolls up, and then he gets out the car, right? And then, and that's what I had planned. I hadn't created any other police characters or anything. But the moment he got out the car, it's like it just instantly I saw another character's foot step out of the passenger side.
Yeah.
And it was his partner that I hadn't created at all until that exact moment.
Sure.
Put zero thought into it. And I was like, oh, it got me really excited. And I was like, of course he needs a partner. Like every cop needs a partner. But as far as writing goes, like to me, that's some of the most, you know, exciting part of it. It's just I guess the spontaneity. But yeah, it does come from planning, but also sometimes you just gotta let the juices flow.
Yeah. The spontaneity, the idea pops in, and then you got to kind of cradle that little guy and develop it. So you notice the girl on the right there. She has a cast. She was in a fight. You guys. These aren't your typical. These aren't your nice girls next door. These girls are gonna rob and steal and cut your heart out.
So did you draw these?
Actually, I try to stay out of it on this one, really. So this was I was working with, and other ones I used to do sketches. So almost all the Unemployed Monsters characters, from Chainbrain to Frequency Jones to CJ to all, I drew and I designed all of them first, and then whittled them down based on my sketches. Excuse me. Where these came pretty quickly. Like the girl on the left, it was like first take, boom. The girl in the middle took a little bit, and the girl on the right took a little bit, but And Pedro, you'll notice right away the one on the right, she's kind of modeled after Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was like if Gwen Stacy was a mean little bee that went to punk rock shows and got in fights. And
I have a question. Are you keeping this black and white?
No,
or you're gonna color it?
Yeah, I like this. I like the color this one. I could see Rude Boy Hip Hop being black. Dude, I love color, man.
Yeah.
So even if it was black and white, I'd probably do like a lot of like when they do like the Koepp marker shadings and all that.
Yeah.
Have it all like soft tones throughout. Like, so it would be hard. It would be hard for me to not do.
Yeah, I mean the shapes read really nicely, but they're very distinctive, and there's some good decisions in the designs, man. Congrats.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we had fun, kind of whittling them, whittling them down. Yeah, so that's Bruner on the left, Gigi in the middle, and Decker on the right.
Nice.
Gigi.
So and I got my copyright back for this today. That's how kind of like much I believe in this one. I've already I sent this image out with like to the copyright office a couple months ago and just got the certificate back this week.
Right.
So I'm gonna get that script done and over to my buddy, and hopefully we'll be starting on this next month, early 2024. Who knows?
All right. Jolly good show, old chap.
Yeah. So yeah, ump number 2. So the continuation of the one that we were talking about, Mark. We have about 20 pages fully inked on that, and an 8-page or 8 to 10 to 12-page backup story almost complete. So it's just we're about halfway done with the line art and just going to get into coloring. But my thing is, I've got too much anxiety and stress, and I worry too much, so I don't ever want to launch my books until like I know they're done.
Okay.
You know, because I see some of these guys, they think they're going to do it, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, stuff just goes so slow. I thought I was going to have my book out in like a certain amount of time, and it took like a year and a half. You know, there's like, but people's personal lives, everyone has all this stuff they got going on, and I could not handle if it was like, hey, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where like poor Sweetcast guy with his
oh yeah, dude.
They're still doing the sketches. So I guess all the sketches aren't complete yet, and they're trying to get those out. Like Charlie, you know, Charlie's got a job and he's working hard on it.
Yeah.
But I guess, dude, 80 of them, and you're getting those eaten. So that, like, in the update that I got from Sweetcast, I could almost feel the stress. He's like, guys, Lisa, we're trying, like, we're getting it done as soon as I can. I'm sorry. Like, dude, couldn't handle that stuff, man. So
like head sketches or commission sketches.
Yeah, but but my point in general is just like
those take time.
I'm too sensitive and I can't handle it. So if anybody was just like, hey, where's the book? So like when I launched my campaign, it was like done and at the printers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you've obviously still got copies now since we're on Indiegogo. So I mean, I'm really interested.
I've got quite a few left, believe it or not.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't trying to sound cheeky there. I mean, we've got I know you've got a storefront. I've got that in the description. I'm also pretty sure I have the Indiegogo in the description.
No, thanks, man.
That's your Twitter too.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing the. You know, I want to stick around. I love CG. I don't know if that's in vogue to say anymore, but this the idea and everything behind it. So, but I want to play the long game or whatever and stick around for a long time. So I'll be offering copies of this one on my next campaign, and hopefully if I have a third campaign and a fourth campaign and keep doing it. And
that's the thing, man. This is a marathon. It's not really a sprint. So just putting out books, man. Get those IPs recognized out there. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but also protect your work, people. Like file for copyrights on your stuff. It's real easy to do. It doesn't take that much time. And if you mess up your application, the copyright office is actually pretty cool, and they'll email you and say like, "What are you trying to do here, sir?"
Yeah,
it is a little intimidating. I did it for my spells and superhero stuff. It is like I actually contacted a lawyer first, and he's like, "You can just do it yourself. It's easy." And I was like, "All right." And ultimately it was easy. It was just like $60, and you just write the names in the file and like place any images related to it. And I got it a couple months later. But
cool.
Yeah, it is a little intimidating but it's easy out there.
And I think I'm not sure why that is, because I think it is easy because I agree with you. The first time I actually did one, I did one for Rude Boy, I did one for Unemployed Monsters. But the very first time I did it, I did legal Zoom because I was just like scared of like messing up the paperwork, and it's really not. And now it's online, so it's really nothing to worry about. So if there's anybody out there who's thought that you need to do it or whatever, get on it.
Yeah, make sure you actually go to the .gov, and because there's a bunch of websites that parade themselves as that, which whether they're scams or not, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of them are legit. Like LegalZoom, that would be a legit one. But just make sure you go to the .gov and do it.
Yeah, and the reason I say do it yourself because I think LegalZoom was like $100 or $120, where I think my last one was like only like 35, or I don't know. I don't even know if it was 60 as much as, but it might have been, but I don't think it was that much.
Interesting. Well, jolly good show then. There you go, everybody. A bit of technical know-how for you. So, Davey, we're wrapping this thing up, buddy.
All right, man.
Anything else you'd like to add, or what you got?
I don't have anything, but I think we covered it all. Thank you so much for having me on and sharing my book and putting all that information out there. If anybody is interested in checking it out, please do so. I'd love to send you a copy. They're ready to go. So yeah, the book is done. So if you do back it, you'll be getting it in the next week or two. Thank you so much, man.
Wonderful, darling. All right.
And mayo rules.
Go Pickles.
Go Pickles.
No.
Fried pickles dipped in mayo, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, we can talk about food a little bit. I mean, I'm going to be eating here soon. But all right, Davey, I'm going to bump you to the back, buddy. You're free to hang out. You're free to leave. We don't want to hold you hostage. Do your thing. But all right. Peace. Okay. P-Money. We made it, buddy.
Yeah.
Holding this train into the station.
Yeah. Jolly good show. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a catchphrase of mine. I've said it a few times on this show. Jolly good show.
Jolly good show, yeah.
All righty, so, all right, man. Thank you, everybody that watched the show. We do appreciate it. I feel,
awesome.
I'll be honest, I feel a little subconscious now. I've
revealed
some horrible movie decisions and viewing choices. I'm like, Jesus,
you're not getting off that hook anytime soon, sir.
No, Anyways, want to thank Neo Star for coming by.
Yeah.
Shadowhawk, that's my boy. It's Boosie, not to be confused with Bussy.
Boosie, not Bussy.
Bussy, that's Bussy. This is
Bussy,
a rapper from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right, buddies. Actually, real quick, we do have waifus and kaijus.
Join the mailing list. Coming about.
That's in the chat as well, or in the description as well. So, y'all be sure to check that out, and we will catch y'all next week on the GNP show. Peace.
Peace.